Today is a good day. There are new pages to Goku Trains Caulifla that we're about to jump into, additions to the current story where we left off, where Caulifla was facing off against Broly on planet Vampa. I'm gonna leave a link to the entire story so far, the video that I created, in the description below and the top comment. Go ahead and check it out before you check out this, that way you're all caught up because that's literally everything. But in today's video, we are going to continue.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
The clash between Caulifla and Broly is brutal, and it is actually quite even, as Kaba seems to point out that they are actually pretty equal right now. But Vegeta says yes, they are equal, but Caulifla is at her best right now. That means this is 100% Caulifla. Kaba agrees and says that, well, it seems that Broly then has more energy, more ki to spare. And Vegeta says the only reason that it is equal right now, it is because Broly is gauging his strength to Caulifla's strength. Caulifla is at her max right now, but Broly isn't going beyond what Caulifla is dishing out. Kale actually wonders why this is the case, why Broly is seemingly toying with Caulifla, and Goku says it's best that it stays at this point in time, the current power level right now. We don't want Broly to go any crazier than he is right now. We don't want him to go berserk, so it's better for him to basically stay around Caulifla's power level. And that is when Vegeta comes to the realization that no matter how strong and how much inert energy and ki and power Broly has, it doesn't seem like he can go beyond his opponent's strength. Seemingly, he can only match his opponent's strength while he is in control. He can't go above it or beyond it, because if he does, then he will go berserk. So Kaba asked the real question, well, does that mean that you guys don't know his ceiling, since his power is always determined, at least while he has control of it, by his opponent's power? Goku really just doesn't know. He says that when he turned into a Super Saiyan God, Broly matched the strength and still was relatively able to collect himself, but it was completely different when Broly met up against a Super Saiyan Blue. Once Super Saiyan Blue was unleashed upon Broly, Broly then started losing control and his power started escalating beyond representation. This shit was unreal. Kaba is just shocked that this sort of being, this sort of Saiyan actually exists, one that can match his opponent's strength bar for bar. And Goku agrees, but he's glad that it is staying around this level, because around this level Goku can stop Broly quite easily. Caulifla though, she is at her limit. And Caulifla says as much to Broly, saying that it's been a long time since she's had an up to her limit type of fight where she is breaking her limits and trying to go beyond them just to land a punch. And by the look of Broly's eyes, she says that it looks like he's enjoying the fight as much as she is, but she is up to her limit and she is dead set on surpassing it. But off in the distance, they are unaware that there is a Frieza Force goon who is stalking them. He's been there since the beginning of this Vampa saga. He's been watching Broly, Chilai, and Lemo on Frieza's orders, and now that Goku, Caulifla, and all these other Saiyans are here, he is recording all this information, all this useful data, and sending it back to Frieza's ship. But that is when he is cornered by Ba, who is very much still alive, surprisingly. Goku is proud of Broly. He's a little excited right now. He is kind of pushing at that boundary of losing control, but he has maintained it, so with a little bit of training he could really go a long way and become an extremely capable warrior that has full control over his berserker, his Broly legendary state. But he realizes that the writing is on the wall and yells at Caulifla, "This fight is over, it's time for us to go." But she refuses to go. She will never have a chance again to face such a superior warrior, such a Kale-like warrior that she wants to stay and fight to her limit until she passes out from exertion, not really realizing or really knowing the danger there is at prolonging the combat with Broly. Turning to Broly, she exclaims that it is time for round 2. Let's go, put your hands up, we are going at it. That is when everything stops because they hear a tremendous roar off in the distance. This shakes Caulifla, and Goku and Vegeta both realize what is going on. Something is yelling out in pain. With his legendary roar, he rushes off into the distance to try to save his companion, his pet, and Caulifla has no idea what's going on, but she leaps off after him as Vegeta is like, what the hell is that? But Chilai knows that it is Ba and he is hurt. That is his painful roar that you heard. When Broly arrives, he sees a scene that understandably would trigger anyone, and that is a soldier pointing a gun at Ba and Ba bleeding from a wound after being shot right in the face, and Broly has had it. Reaching into the depths of Hikaru, he charges at this Frieza Force goon with the intent of murder. He is going to kill this guy and make him feel as much pain as he has just put his friend through. Suddenly, Caulifla stops Broly dead in his tracks at the moment that he was about to kill this guy, and she yells at him, "What? Were you just thinking of killing this guy? What is wrong with you?" And then she realizes that his aura, his persona, everything about him has shifted, has changed dramatically, and she can feel it. And then she asks, "Broly, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice?" Going into pure Hikaru, Broly blasts Caulifla's arms away and goes in for a finishing punch as Caulifla opens her eyes to see death waiting in front of her. And that is when she hears behind her, "Calm." And red calming ki reaches around Broly's body, engulfing it, and as Caulifla leans back, she realizes that Goku in Super Saiyan God form is using God Bind against Broly to calm him down and get him under control as Caulifla reverts back to normal because she has finally exerted herself. She is falling back and falling down into Goku's lap. She apologizes and says, "Now I'm at my limit. That was a close one." And it was, because she was literally about to die, and it was such a good scene, honestly. This whole ending portion where she thinks she can face off against Broly, and after just getting a small taste of what they went through in the Broly movie, she's like, "I'm done. I've had it. I can't compete with this guy. This guy is too powerful." And it's just such a good ending, guys. There's gonna be more chapters, obviously. I don't know who her next master is going to be after Broly, or if the manga is going to end soon. But it has been such a good ride, such a good manga, man, and I can't wait for the next chapter. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think or thought of this chapter. And if you made it to this point of the video, you are now part of the hashtag #EndOfVideoSquad. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Make sure to drop that comment with that hashtag for a chance to be featured in my next video. Today I'm going to be responding to Tariq Markham. I recently became a fan of the channel, and now it's an everyday thing. Thank you so much. It's an everyday thing because I post about every day. Thank you so much for your commentary, and thank you so much for subscribing, and I'm assuming having notifications on to the channel. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.